crystal reading.
Hi, and we're live. And we've just been chatting about crystals, and we can never get enough of crystals. Who can walk past a crystal shop here? Put your hand up if you can walk past without actually going in or buying anything, because they are a bit addictive, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've been talking a little bit about the different things that you can do with crystals, and there's lots and lots of different things that we can do with crystals. So let's start with you, Mama Jen. What do you do with crystals? How do you use your crystals?
I use them for healing. I use them if I need strength and energy. My bra obviously is made not for my boobs but for my crystals. So that they go down. I'm having a break this time. I haven't got crystals on.
Ooh.
But I have got the medallion of the 7 archangels.
Oh, wow.
Oh. So that makes a change, but I mean, I'm just looking at my bedside table, and I've got 1, 2, just a nod, 3 crystals at the side of my bed. Oh, sorry.
And the rest.
4 hematite.
Lovely.
Nice, Pete.
So, yeah. Plus my pendulum.
Nice.
So they're always with me. I wouldn't be without them.
No. Fantastic. So how do you do them? Do you just use them for healing? Do you use them for anything else?
Just for healing, I would say mainly. I used when I was very, very ill when I was working, and I wore a citrine in my seatbelt so that I could get to work.
Wow.
And that helped me greatly. So but I remember learning about crystals and making the other lady in the office lie on the desk while I practiced during our lunch hour.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she had no option.
Brilliant.
Did you ever walk in while you were doing that?
Oh, yes. They just looked and thought, oh, it's that mad woman again, don't worry.
Fantastic. Hello, Claire. How are you?
It's amazing. Sorry. It's amazing people's impression. You know, you listen to people and they're going on about their blood pressure's sky high, or it's too low, or whatever, and they'll say, just go to Crystal Carol's and get this crystal. Stick it down your bra and don't worry about it.
Make sure you pay for it.
And they look at you as though you're mad. But it's not for us to force people. We can only suggest to help. And then it's down to them. That's their personal choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How do you use crystals, Claire?
Yeah, pop them down my bra.
Where else?
I know, exactly, because it keeps it close to your heart. Sometimes if I have like a bun, I can put them in my hair. So depending on where and what I need it for. If I've had a headache, particularly a headache, yeah, I'll put it in my bun.
Fabulous. It's a good idea. And of course, Cinders likes to chill out with them, doesn't she, your cat?
Yeah, I don't know where she's at the moment, but I'm sure she'll come gallivanting in shortly. As soon as she starts to work out, she gets a little radar going on. She's like, she'll be in shortly.
Yeah. Claire's on a call. I need to come.
I know, yeah. I've just brought some crystals out, though.
Nice.
Oh,
So
nice.
beautiful, isn't it? It's just amazing. But because of the point as well, I like with the points you can draw energy away, but then equally you can bring it in. So this is why we need an array of them. We need all sorts of shapes and sizes. But I was just literally walking past it to come and pick my phone up to do the call, and I was like, that one wants to come and play, so here it is.
I've got a double pointed selenite, but the tip of it, because it's so soft, isn't it? The tip of it has just sort of broken off
Yeah.
a little bit. Will that still work the same way, do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, won't
Ask
make any
it.
difference to its effectiveness.
Ask it.
I will do. I have just been using the other side that isn't broken, in all fairness. But
This
You can
is
still use
my
it.
Yeah.
this is
Just
my
won't be,
little
won't be as targeted because the point's not as precise.
it's my little
What's in there?
takeaway. It's my little takeaway holiday bag.
oh wow,
I can't get this camera. And it is, can you hear them?
yeah.
That's not little, that's massive.
That's not little.
It goes everywhere. I don't care. I will leave shoes at home, but my crystals are never. And, you know, like a ruby.
Oh,
Quite a
nice.
nice piece of ruby. There's all sorts in here. And they're all little tiny pockets that
Wow.
you can tuck things in. So, and then drawstring, you draw it all together so you don't lose anything. And that's my holiday bag.
How much does that weigh, Mama Jen?
A lot. I don't care.
That's a bit extra for hand luggage.
You literally do sacrifice
It's
clothing
my
for.
carry-on. It goes in my carry-on bag. But it's
Oh.
amazing. It's amazing. There's always somebody who'll come up to me and mention something, and I'll say, "Well, this is what you need." They sell them at the shop. Go and buy one.
Fabulous. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So Jo, how do you use your crystals?
Mainly for healing, face clearing. I use them a lot in my jewellery when I make jewellery, but for the purpose of healing when somebody's wearing it. And sometimes I'll use it for readings, but mainly for healing.
Right. Oh, I'm quite interested in that readings. You can tell us a little bit about that.
But basically, you can use them as a divination tool. So it's just like picking an oracle card deck. You'd pick some crystals. You set your intent for who you're reading for, whether you're doing it for yourself or somebody else. And you usually cast them. So you just throw them very gently. And I normally use a chart. So wherever the crystals land, whatever chart I'm working with, that tells me the kind of area that I need to be in. And then you just read the crystals just like you do an oracle card or a tarot card. Each one is going to talk to you. If you build a relationship with your crystal collection, they're going to talk to you. So you're going to pick up things from their energy. So they're a great divination tool.
Fantastic. I suppose a lot of runes are made from crystals though as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Is that a similar thing or is that different because they've got the symbols on them?
Well, the runes are really, it's the symbolism of the rune. So each rune has a different meaning, just like each tarot card has a different meaning. But then if you've got a rune set that is engraved onto a particular crystal, so there's a popular ones are rose quartz and amethyst and clear quartz, you'll also get the energy from the crystal as well as the energy behind the rune symbol as well. So it's kind of a double whammy.
Right. Oh, it's fascinating, isn't it? I tend to wear a lot of crystals, so around necklace or earrings tends to be the general rule. I do like the bracelets, but I find them a bit clunky and uncomfortable sometimes, so I don't tend to wear the bracelets so much. But yeah, so
it's actually better to wear it as a pendant or a necklace because that's in the center line of your body. If you've got a crystal bracelet on, you've only got it on one side of your body, you're creating a bit of an imbalance because you've got all those crystals on one hand.
right.
Well, if you think about it, if you wear it as a pendant, it's over your heart.
And you throw it depending on how big your necklace is.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. When we
if you think about your polarity from your crystal therapy training, you're not keeping polarity you've got them all on one hand in a big bracelet, are you?
Yeah, that's true.
So you'd have to swap hands.
That's a good point. What about your watches? Because we all tend to wear watches on one hand, but obviously that's got a crystal in it, hasn't it?
If it's got quartz movement, it's got a small piece of quartz in. That's why it's quartz movement.
Right. See, crystals have a lot of uses that you don't even think about.
Used in a lot. I mean, those of you that are on computers, I'm on my desktop today, that's got quartz in the microchip, in the motherboard. So it's used in computers because it stores energy, it stores information. It's used in sonar equipment, lots of things.
That's why you can program your crystals, obviously, because you can store information. They are like a memory chip in themselves, aren't they? Yeah. And that's also why if you meditate with your crystals, often if you meditate and you get that relationship with them, you can learn some of the history of your crystals. You know, I did that with my skull. It was quite fascinating one time because I was meditating just with the skull in the hand, and I wasn't quite expecting what came. And what I saw was I saw like a beach, wavy, choppy sea. I saw a tree, like a large tree, and what else was it? I saw a volcano. And I'm thinking, why am I seeing all these in my meditation? And then I realised that my crystal skull was actually telling me what it was made up of, because it's the new one I've got that I showed you. And it's actually got a bit of sambar in it, which come from a tree. You've obviously got the volcanic rock that's come from it. And, you know, it's obviously, the crystals are around for years and years, aren't they? So it'll have been in all sorts of weather and under the oceans and stuff. So it was absolutely fascinating when I thought about it. And I thought, actually, I've just connected in with the memory that my crystal's holding.
Wow.
So, yeah, it took me by surprise. You know, when you're meditating, thinking, why am I seeing all this? And I realised that just before my meditation, I'd been holding the crystal thinking, what is it that you're made up of? And it told me.
Well,
Love that.
You build a relationship. Your crystals will talk to you. They'll tell you what they can do, what they want to do. Have a conversation. They're minerals, just like we're made up of minerals and water. So are they. So they have energy. They have little personalities. It's called, the personality of a stone is called the diva.
Right.
So even if you took 10 pieces of amethyst, they all pretty much do the same thing because they're all amethyst, but they'll all have their own personality. Each piece will have its own little personality. So get to know them.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, sometimes with crystals, if I'm doing a particular tarot reading and I've got my crystals around, sometimes you can do a bit of scrying with it, because you can pick up things, whether it's colours or whether it's shadows. If you put it on the table, well, I put mine on the table on a piece of like white paper. Sometimes you can literally see like letters coming, like a bit like a prism, I suppose, but like onto the paper. Yeah, and that can sometimes when you think, why am I getting like an A name, or why am I getting something about the sun? It just contributes to the reading, because I just think, well, a bit like what we always say, don't question it, just say it, because it's clearly for someone. So if you're doing, like I did a tarot reading today for a lady over in America, so our time difference is always out and messages are delayed going back and forward, and you have to wait ages to get a reply when you say, like, you know, a part of the reading. And I just had left the reading, the cards out, just by these, I had this crystal out, and as the sun came through the window, it cast like a letter A, and I thought, well, I'm just gonna add it into the message. I was just like, well, you know, if there's an A name popping up, that's quite related to, and it was like a particular card as well that was on the table. So I'm waiting for her to reply back. I don't know what time it is in America at the moment, but I'm just, is it? Oh yeah, so we'll see what happens when she comes back, but it's not for me to question it. The crystal cascaded the letter A onto the paper, so that's a good way to use crystals.
That was my next question, actually, because quite often when you see people do card readings online, you'll see that they'll put the cards out but often they'll have crystals with each card. So how do the crystals tend to, do they amplify the card reading? Do they help the message come through clearer, or do they serve a different purpose as well?
I mean, I use this massive piece. I have like a trolley that sounds like a librarian, doesn't it? I suppose it's a bit like a library in there. So I've got a trolley that's full of all my cards, all my different decks, all the different ones, and this sits with it, with them all, to keep them a little bit cleansed. But I keep it in the dark, under the stairs. So, underneath all my tarot decks is another layer, and that's got all my crystals on. I don't know. I feel like when I'm going picking a deck out, so say a lady today asked me for a reading. Well, she asked me about 2 days ago. I did one for her. I looked back and it was like in 2020. So it's been like 2.5 years, and she's come back round and she's like, "Oh, hi, can you do me a reading?" Yeah. So when I went off to look for my cards and was like, which deck wants to give her the message? I always grab a crystal while I'm there because it's like the layer below. Again, I don't really question it. Don't think too much about it. Just take it. And like you said, Jo, each crystal's got its own personality and it's got its own properties. So if I've just like naturally grabbed, like, say, a citrine, I'm thinking, right, this potentially might be a prosperity message that these come through. Keep it next to the cards. See if it's like playing. See if you can see anything through the crystal that it's sat with. And I do like the shiny crystals because you can scry with it. Like I've got this like a massive piece of black tourmaline, dead shiny, and it's like I just love it because you can see all sorts going on in there. Especially if you turn the light down a bit, put a candle around in the winter. So I am looking forward to the winter just for that reason, really. But yeah, no, I don't know. I just think go your intuition. I don't think too much about it. I think the people who do card readings on like YouTube and stuff, they have a different crystal for like each deck sometimes. I think it's just because that deck might be, say, a love deck. So it could be that they pop a rose quartz on top of it or a rose quartzite because it just feels right. Or some people actually, because like you can program your crystals, you can program your tarot cards as well. So you can literally think like this one is going to be for the shadow work, so you might need to put some protection on that, so you don't encourage any more dark to come through than you need. Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? They just it's like a candy shop, isn't it, when you literally look at crystals?
It is, yeah, it really is. The unlimited uses, aren't they, really? Crystals. Yeah, I just love how intuitive. If anybody's watching, Anna can see you're here. Hi. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, drop in the comments, how do you use your crystals? Do you use them with cards, or do you use them intuitively? Do you use them just for healing? Just let us know how you use your crystals and what sort of crystals are your favourite. Because I suppose that in itself, maybe you can tell a lot from people from the crystals that are the favourite, do you think? Or
yeah, but that might change depending on how they're feeling day by day.
I was going to say, yeah, because I suppose if you go into the shop, you don't just choose one crystal, do you? You choose lots, and what you wear on any one day might reflect how you're feeling.
I do think crystals are like food, so you wouldn't just eat the same food all day every day. So it's like, what do I need to absorb from this crystal today? So after your food, you're going for like something sweet, something salty, something sour, whatever. And it's the same with crystals. It's like, what do I need from this crystal? And that's why you do need a variety. I mean, you can have a good old chunk of quartz that'll get you through life pretty well, but you just need to complement your diet, your crystal diet.
Variety is the spice of life, Claire.
You need to eat a rainbow. So you need to get your crystals in a rainbow, the full spectrum of colours. They all help. So I do see it a bit like nutrition. Take it.
But a crystal shop is just like going in, for some people, a cake shop or a sweet shop.
Oh, I'd much rather go in a crystal shop.
You can't.
The same feeling, though.
It is, yeah.
You can't walk past them. They talk to you. They catch your eye. They glint. If I go in the shop, I think I'm gonna I have to walk around about twice to look at everything. I've only gone in for one item, but I'm weighing everything. Oh, that's nice. Have I got that? Have I not got that? It's wonderful.
While we're talking about crystal shops, a long time ago, many years ago, I went to Florida on holiday. And you know the big shopping malls where it's got all the designer shops. So we went in this massive shopping mall. It must be the size of like 5 football pitches. And there was like Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger. And as we walked past these designer shops, I spotted, it must have been about 4 or 5 foot tall, amethyst cathedral geode.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, we've just gone past Calvin Klein. Why is there a geode? So of course my spider senses were like, let's go in that shop. And when we got up to the shop, it was a crystal shop. It was huge in the middle of this shopping mall. And I was like, is this for real? So I went in, cabinet after cabinet of the most beautiful pieces. They weren't like trays of tool stones. They were huge pieces. So I got a double terminated quartz piece that was like this long and this thick. And I spotted it in the cabinet and I was like, that's mine. It's got my name on it. So we opened the cabinet, I got it out, I was holding it, and my husband at the time said, is that the one for you? And I was like, yeah, it wants to come home with me. And then out the corner of my eye, I spotted a similar size piece, but in selenite. And I was like, but that one wants to come home too. And my husband went, you can only have one. And I was like, so trying to hold them both in one hand because they were really heavy. And I was like, no, they both want to come home. So actually we bought both of them home. But the guy in the shop, we were chatting away to him because I was like, this is bizarre that you are a crystal shop in the middle of this shopping mall that's full of designer clothes stores. And he's like, well, I was a New York police officer and I had to retire, take early retirement, and I love crystals and they help heal me. So I just thought, I'll move to Florida where the weather's better and I'll just open a crystal shop in the middle of this mall. I was like, that's amazing. So as we're chatting, he's wrapping these pieces up. I mean, he put blue tack on the points and everything. He wrapped them so beautifully, loads of layers of bubble wrap, loads of brown paper, packaged them all up. We get to the airport, Orlando, checking the luggage in, going through security, and I'd put them in my hand luggage, carry on like Mama Jen. And because we bought that much, they were stuffed in that much. When it went through the X-ray machine, the guard couldn't actually see anything in the bag. It was just black. So of course he goes, madam, open your bag. I was like, oh no. Open it up. He's like, what's this? Because it's like this big. And it's a crystal. And he just looks at me and went, oh, what? And then he unpacked it all. So he took all the wrap off.
Oh no.
He took off the points. And I was like, oh, please don't break it. It's a lot of money and it's beautiful. But to be fair to him, he was really interested. So he's like, what's this for? I'm sure he thought it was a weapon when he saw the points. So I explained what I did and what they were for. And he was fascinated. And you know what? Bless him. He wrapped them up so delicately, put them back exactly as they were and put them back in the bag really carefully. I was so grateful somebody was looking after us that day because it could have been something really rough that just went through back in the bag. But yeah, it just a bizarre experience.
Did you have a couple of customs with them?
Coming back, nothing. Going to the UK was nothing. Just what? Straight through.
I think you can bring them through though, can't you? Don't quote me on that, everyone. Check out yourself if you're going to go and buy crystals abroad. But
as long as it's less than £10,000 worth, yeah.
I went in a shop in Dubai.
Oh wow!
And it had all kinds of stuff in it. And as I'm looking in the window, there was a piece of quartz, and you can't see my hands, can you? It was about 16 inches long by about 8 inches deep. And I looked at it and David went, no.
Did you find out how much it was?
It was a few £100.
wow.
And I went in the shop and I said, you've got a beautiful piece of quartz in the window. Yes, madam. Give me all the information. I said, can I just hold it? I don't want to buy it. I can't afford it. But can I just hold it for a minute? And he went, yeah. And I had it in my arms like a baby and I was nursing it. And I'm talking to it. You're beautiful. You're really beautiful. And I wish I could take you home, but I really can't afford it. But I give you lots of love. Thank you. And gave it him back and went out the shop.
He must get a lot of people in that shop asking him to do the same
Oh,
thing.
he must have thought,
Don't like me with that skull I saw at the workshop. And I still wish I bought it, even though I couldn't afford it.
oh no.
If it's meant to be, it'll come somewhere.
Well, yeah, that's what I believe. I might have just needed the healing from it. Who knows?
Yeah, it's like
That was my introduction, because when I walked in that building, I was scared of crystal skulls, and when I walked out, I was an addict.
Yeah.
I was like that. The first one I bought, I stayed away from them for years. Didn't have any interest in them whatsoever. And I went to Crystal Carol's one day and I saw one on the shelf and I thought, And I picked it up. And then like 3 hours later, I'm sat on the stairs and she went, "Are you going to take him home?" It's nearly locking up time. And he came home with me and my collection just grew. You can
They just want to be with us.
Yeah, they choose you as well.
Yeah.
I think I'm up to 7 now, so I need to get to 12.
what happens at 12? You got a football team?
Yeah.
You need 13 for the Legend of the Skulls.
Is it 13 I need? 1 for the middle and 12 to go around it.
Oh, another birthday present.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because Andy always says, "Oh, I need to get you a little surprise to go with your present. What can I get you?" I don't know, but you might find one in Crystal Carol's.
Yeah.
In.
Usually all my surprises come from Crystal Carol's, because you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Well, there's always something. There's always something that catches your eye that you wouldn't have thought of.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Anne's put a little comment. She doesn't really use crystals very much, but quite often she feels attracted to them and she'll put the ones that she's chosen around her cards for healing. And her favourites are rose quartz, amethyst, and clear quartz.
Perfect combination.
You wear them a lot as well, Anne. So you do get a lot of healing from the crystals, because you wear quite a few around your neck as well. So you probably use them more than you realise. Yeah, and Anne loves the crystal healing as well, don't you, Anne?
It's your guinea pig.
My guinea pig, yeah. We're overdue a visit, aren't we? I'll have to sort that out.
I'll be able to send both to be a crystal therapy guinea pig.
Oh dear, mad. Right, so what's your favourite crystal at the moment? I won't say ever, because there isn't one. What's your favourite crystal at the moment? Don't.
Ooh, mine's labradorite.
Lovely.
Yeah, you mentioned that before a couple of times. Last time with the chat. Yeah,
Love it.
I think every room should have
It's got. I just love that. I love the colours in it. It's just like it's like oil on water. You can see all.
So attractive, isn't it, to look at? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
The last crystal that I wore is moonstone.
Ooh.
Had that on the other day.
Nice.
So that's beautiful. I'm just looking. It's on my dressing table. So
I recommended that to someone recently when they were having quite a lot of gyno problems.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's been to every kind of doctor, consultant, scannist going, and they're like, "There's nothing wrong with you," and she's like, "Well, there is, because this doesn't feel right and it's very painful, and these things are happening, and these doctors are just like having none of it." So she's in a bit of a battle between what her body's telling her and what doctors are telling her about her body. And I was like, you know what? Grab yourself some moonstone. Just, stick it in the bath with you. Just stick it on your desk at work. I said, and just try and get to the bottom of it yourself. You intuitively will know what's going on in your own body. And I've left her with it, but I do a catch up with her. But yeah, no, moonstone's great for us women.
It is.
Definitely.
I'm trying to decide. I think it's smoky quartz still, I think, at the moment. The smoky
what's
quartz keeps coming up for me. Pardon?
What is it?
Smoky quartz.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I've been connecting with my smoky quartz skull again. It's been drawn to have it at the side of my bed, whereas normally I don't have the skulls at the side of my bed because I don't sleep. But yeah, I've been through with him.
I got a necklace when the monastery used to do the crystals, and it's half. It is one piece, but half of it's smoking, the other's citrine.
sounds good.
And that's a nice piece, quite a biggish piece, but it just so unusual. It just drew me. So now we've mentioned it, I must dig it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where is it?
You know, the other day we were talking about malachite. I found that piece in the garden that was mixed with quite a lot of black, like a black. I wasn't entirely sure what the black sparkly bit was. And then obviously Anita, it was like, oh, don't keep it on you for too long, and you know, and I was like, yeah. And it was just in my pocket, on like in thick joggers. So I was quite protected from it. But I was dead aware of it after the conversation. I thought, well, obviously I've made that message for a reason, you know. So I was a bit wary of it, thinking that because at least 3 of you, I think it was Mel, Mama Jen, and Anita, that was literally like a warning came from you all, basically, yeah. And then it was so weird because I got into bed that night, so on my wrist I do wear like quite a few different things. And it was so funny because I got in bed and I was restless, like could not sleep. I think I saw every 20 minutes on the clock for like 4 hours. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I don't know what it was. It must have been a very light sleep, but it must have been like a message came through, and it was like, look at your wrist. And so I flicked the lamp on, looked at the wrist, and I had a very thin malachite bracelet on, and I've had it on for months. Like I just don't take it. There's like they just go in the shower and everything. And I was like, oh my god, I think I've overdosed a bit. So I whipped it off, stuck it on the dressing table, and went to sleep fine. So yeah, that must have been a message from you guys the other day when I found a bit in the garden.
You'll have overstimulated, but also malachite magnifies what you're feeling and thinking. So
I can imagine.
You're having trouble getting to sleep, it will just magnify that.
Yeah, it was, and it's sad because it's so beautiful. Like,
it's very powerful stone. It's very beneficial, but it does magnify your current state. So
yeah. So instead of a little tiff, you'll have a full blown row.
Well, it's funny because actually, since I took it off, so it was only about, when did we have that chat?
Was it Sunday? Last Sunday?
Yeah,
no, just on Sunday before, I think.
And then when I went to like a retreat this weekend, just gone, and I got in like proper, like fresh water, like it was like completely fresh water locks and stuff, and I did feel like a whole layer of, I don't know, not bad energy, but like kind of stagnant energy go, because as much as you can get in the shower every day, you know, you're washing your auric field and everything. I honestly felt so much better for getting in the actual like natural locks and see, but I did feel like a whole like heavy layer come off, so that was nice as well.
Wow.
I've not put it back on since, so I'm like, right, okay.
Wait till you're feeling really good and really productive, and then stick it on.
Yeah. Wait for the new moon. Manifestation.
Oh dear. Anne said she can't wear chains at the moment around her neck because it's broken out with a silver chain, and we'll have to get you a card and pop them on a card around your neck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can sort that. Fantastic. So has anyone got any other questions about crystals that anyone else is thinking of?
No, you were talking about crystal reading. Well, that's my...
Oh, that would be a nice way to end the call, Mama Jen. Let's have a
I put them to one
card reading.
I'd love one.
And see
useful deck art.
What we
that reminds me. Just while you're drawing one, give me 1 second.
That's all right. I just need to shuffle and see what jumps out.
See, looking at Mel's, is it like bunting she's got on the wall there? Like,
I'm
Look.
going to check.
is it like I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice if that was crystals or like
Yeah.
a roll hang them anywhere you want in your room?
With the light shining on it, sparkling. That would be beautiful.
Mel, what is that on your wall? Like a bunting?
Ooh.
That is my llama lights.
Oh, lovely. We were just saying if you could put crystals on there, they'd glow up.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. No, they're little llamas.
Lovely.
Well,
Right.
go on.
I've drawn a card. Yeah, I think. That's the actual crystals.
Oh.
Now, I've not come across
Insight.
this crystal at all.
I have got some insight somewhere. I've got it on a necklace. I have got it.
And the reading on this, the power of these crystals is in their ability to clear and rebalance the lower 3 chakras. It is often here that we get stuck in negative energies, blindly repeat unconscious patterns, and allow karmic links to influence our behaviour and decisions. Zincite, I'm saying zincite, illuminates all that ties us and prevents us from evolving. It stimulates and energizes the lower energy centers, removing blocks, encouraging us to lift the energy to the heart and mental levels in order to resolve and release it. Zincite promotes cooperation within and outside the self, giving us the motivation and the vitality we need to grow. It enhances our personal power and increases our mental capacity and perception. It is useful for alleviating feelings of depression and lethargy. It promotes the free flow of the life force through the body and increases confidence and independence. It helps us come to terms with life and to embrace it joyfully. Healing. Zincite is beneficial for revitalizing outward appearance, such as hair and skin, and working with the sexual hormones. It balances the thymus gland, immune system, and energy meridians of the body. Divinatory meaning. Drawing this card indicates an influx of energies on the way. Life, and particularly relations with others, will seem brighter, lighter, and more energized.
Oh, how lovely.
Time
So
to get
that's quite a nice one.
Yeah,
And
that
if it
is.
works on your hair and skin. But I must admit, I've never come across it.
Yeah, there's a website, Etsy, it's like a craft website,
Yeah.
craft sellers, should I say, and literally any crystal in the world, there'll be someone making something out of it.
I
Right.
need to get myself a belt out of that.
A belt.
A belt.
I love that. Yeah, like belt. Like crystal.
I can pick a belt with little crystals in.
Yeah.
That sounds brilliant.
I don't know what to do it. Maybe we'll have to start something.
Yeah, like fashion wear or well-being wear. Well-being.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Idea.
Crystal well-being. We could create belts, bras, all sorts, can't we, for the crystals?
Yeah. Hair scrunchies.
Hair scrunchies, yeah.
Get them in your scrunchie.
Quick, get this off YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, my crystal just went white.
Remember, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, it was our idea.
Right, this is what I was looking for. the Animal Allies and Gemstone Guardian cards.
Where did you find them?
Oh, the internet's a wonderful thing, but they are gorgeous. So I pulled a card. So the crystal, first of all, is the Brecciated Jasper. And that says, how is your stamina? Do you feel healthy and strong? Do you let yourself relax and spend time with your family or group of friends? Take the time to renew yourself with the comforts of your favourite people. Spend some time with a companion of the opposite gender to balance your energy. And exercise such as running or power walking will help you increase your endurance at this time. And the associated animal is the elk.
Oh.
You can see that. And the elk says, I am strong. My inner core is powerful. I am physically fit, mentally focused, and emotionally balanced. Vital life force flows vigorously through me, providing me with endurance. I live life with vim, vigour, and vitality. I enjoy passionate relationships that restore balance in my life. How cool.
Wow.
Good card.
The whole weekend I've just been through.
Pardon?
That sums up like the whole retreat weekend that I've just been through. Like it was all about getting into nature, getting like moving your body, releasing things. Oh, it was just that card. It's like just written for the past 48 hours on a retreat.
Wonderful.
Yeah, fascinating.
So there you go. You wouldn't really associate crystals with animals, would you? But you, like you say, it's all nature, isn't it? And we learn from nature. You know, the lessons we can learn from animals, we can learn the same lessons from crystals.
Especially because most animals have their feet on the ground.
Absolutely.
So they are well better connected to the earth than through our, like, I've got like proper thick trainers on, and I'm like got trainers and then a floor and then foundations into the ground. Like we're just so insulated from the ground, aren't we, a lot of the time?
Yeah.
And like we sleep on like a floor above, don't we, as well? It's mental when you think about it.
Yeah, our little Faraday cages.
Yeah.
Mad. Right. Has anyone got anything they want to add before we round up?
Get to the crystal shop.
Crystal shop. Post pictures of your crystals.
Yeah.
Let's see some of your favourite crystals, because we can all benefit from the energy of crystals through pictures as well. We can tune into them. So it might be that you might share a picture of your favourite crystal, but somebody else in the group may need that energy at that time, and just by focusing on that picture, they can draw on some of that energy. So get sharing those pictures of your favourite crystals. So
I'm going to go and collect mine off the floor after it just bounced off and went. So I'm going to retrieve it.
Fantastic.
In fact, I actually headed towards Cinder's bed, so maybe she was wanting it over there.
Can I just show you something? I found this in my box.
I thought you were going to say your bra then.
In my box. I've not worn it for a long time, but can you see there are crystals embedded? And I've got this, I think, in Cyprus.
Oh, lovely. Well, you need to go back now and get another one for your other arm.
Yeah, it's got citrine, amethyst, garnet in it, and a very pale green, olivina, I would say.
Is it not peridot?
Could be. Could well be, yeah. But it's, I do like to wear my crystals, so. There it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
So I might not have the necklace and the earrings on, but I've still got a crystal on me.
Yeah, and if anybody makes belts with crystals in, let me know.
Yeah.
And we want that crystal that Mama Jen was talking about in it.
Yeah, we could do. I could do with learning how to do knotting with string.
It's not macrame, is it? What is it when they make like netting?
No, but you could embed a crystal in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were doing your soft toys, I was thinking you could always put one in it, like where its heart is. But I know you say, oh, it's just kids, you probably don't want to do that in case they manage to get it out of there. But
Got to be careful, yeah.
like
Wow, that's sunlight.
yeah,
Wow.
one piece just.
Straight across.
Lovely. Right, well, thanks for watching, everyone. We will love you and leave you now, and we'll be back next week. But please do post your pictures of your crystals, like animals and angels and all things. All the things that we love talking about in this group. Just post pictures, flood the walls. Let's see more of them. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.